and you ain't rocking it right, I'll grab it and drop the rhyme like a bad habit. God made me funky, 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 funky,
One. And we are back for some ELSA League Season 1 Dota. Meneer versus Clan Bacon. Meneer sitting top of their group stage currently. Top of their group in the second group. So, hoping to see some high quality stuff going on. Sitting with me is none other than 2.0. How are you doing, 2.0?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks to yourself, Cappy. How's lockdown treating you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I've tried to train the cockroaches to make a circus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at right now.
Alright, entertaining. Have they got it right?
So they're pretty good on the like whole forward flip thing.
Okay.
But the actual listening aspect, they struggle with that. So trying to work on a little bit of that.
Well, I think we're just going to have to call you Circus Master from Black now.
Circus Master from Black. I can deal with that.
Alright, cool. Captain no longer Circus Master from now on.
Imagine... would you ever be a circus master? Like someone came to you and said, listen, here's the job. You're going to, excuse me, you're going to be trying to whip lions and animals and like keep this whole menagerie together.
10 seconds.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
If I'm the circus master, does that make me the king of the jungle?
No, that's culturally inappropriate. So we can't be using that.
Oh my goodness.
This is 2020. This is 2020, man. Like,
I'm sorry.
People are so turned on politically You can't just be the king of the jungle.
That was pretty ambiguous. So are you insinuating that people are turned on by
No, they're not turned
being
on. I'm just
politically
saying,
correct?
like, you can't,
Oh, okay.
as a guy called Matthew Miller, you can't be the king of the jungle. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Don't tell me what I can and can't be.
They're gonna be upset. They're like, how can this
Okay.
guy? Yeah, sorry. Onto the draft. Yes.
Yeah, we're digressing here. All right, guys. So bans coming out from Meneer and Clan Bacon. Look, it's mostly pretty standard meta bans. We see the position 5s and 4s, the really, really strong ones at the moment being banned out. Lich, Snapfire, Witch Doctor's made a bit of a resurgence, and the Disruptor. Dazzle banned. Look, it's pretty decent. Maybe it's something Meneer are not particularly comfortable playing against, or it is something that Clan Bacon have been running. And then we see the Troll Warlord ban, which means we might see a slaughter coming out from the side of Meneer. And then the ELSA and Lone Druid bans, both very strong at the moment, receiving recent buffs. Yeah.
Slasher from we've cast Meneer before.
Yeah, that's
quite familiar
correct.
with some of these players. Clan Bacon, not yet. Slasher, I recognize his name though, and Tamashi.
Okay. Yeah, Tamashi and Slasher have been around for a bit. I'm trying to remember where I've seen them.
Slasher sounds.
Well, Tamashi is on my friends list, so
So clearly, I'd hope you know him.
yeah, I just don't remember who he played for before. But nonetheless, we see the Grimstroke pick up on the side of Clan Bacon. This is something we've seen quite a lot, Cappy, in the South African Dota scene. And we've spoken about the reasons why it's good. That BKB piercing ulti, very, very strong. But
Yeah.
it seems to be almost like a staple. Yeah.
Staple.
I like the pick.
It fits into a lot of lineups.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
it does a lot as a +5. You're getting a lot of melee core offlane. I'm sorry, not offlaners, safe laners, and just having Grimstroke in there, the Inkswell, like early stun, early lockdown.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We've seen it used to great effect as well.
Oh, we know this lineup. We know
My
this
favorite
starting
combo.
Dark
So we see the
Willow
Mars-
and Mars.
Yeah, the instant Mars Willow pickup from the side of Meneer. If were unaware of the combination, the Terrorize from the Dark Willow in Mars's Arena of Blood forces all enemy heroes to run into the walls of the Arena of Blood and take quite a bit of damage. Very nice combination. Also, not too shabby as a laning pair. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
it's just great.
I like it.
People like it because it works.
Yeah.
As Apple's motto goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just remodel and resell and make profit.
I like that.
So
All right, Brewmaster pickup.
He doesn't get picked a lot anymore.
Well, look, he's been buffed pretty nicely. We see him. We see him picked up in a lot of high tier pub games. The hero is incredibly strong in my opinion in the right hands. It obviously requires a little bit of micro, but on the whole allows your team to have an incredibly strong team fight from very early on. So many controlling abilities from the Panda. There's the Cyclone, there's the Boulder Toss, also the Purge. And so much damage coming from that wind bruling. He goes invisible, and coming out of invis does 200 damage with one right click.
So obviously that is Brewmaster's ultimate lets him split into three
into
different type of heroes
three
where you need
brulings.
to micro control them.
Very cool hero. Let's see what Clan Bacon do with it, but that happens to be one of my favorite heroes and one of my favorites to watch.
That's cool. He's just a
I'm
drunkard.
excited. Yeah,
He's
my
like
type of dude.
He's like the South epitomized into a Dota hero.
Oh, he's
Eats
cool.
guys, drinks things,
Wow.
wears a vest. He's alright.
He's alright. We see a Juggernaut ban from the side of Meneer and the Wraith King ban from the side of Clan Bacon. The Juggernaut has been buffed with an Aghanims buff, and what that Aghanims allows him to do is a mini Omni Slash, so many of his ultimates. It is very strong, especially with attack modifiers like your Maelstroms, Basher, etc. It's highly effective, and it's made Juggernauts have almost a resurgence into the meta.
Is that why? Because of the item changes?
Yeah, that's 100% why. Just because of the Aghanims
You
buff.
just felt we've talked about this every single game. Just like you just felt so much stronger with so much presence.
Yeah, 100%. So it's effectively farming for the first sort of 15 minutes once you have your maelstrom, then getting into fights with your ultimate, picking up, a basher or going straight into the Aghanims, and it allows him to fight so much more frequently. Whereas before you only wanted to fight with your ultimate and you wanted to farm for the rest of the period. Now he's able to fight a lot more. Alright, and a Keeper of the Light pickup. Wow,
Okay.
that is a lot of team fight going on there
Yeah.
for the side of Meneer. A lot.
Just Gandalf coming to ruin your day.
Yeah.
Like Will-o'-the-Wisp is so strong.
Yeah. Also received a bit of a buff.
What happened to him?
It requires more hits for Will-o'-the-Wisp to destroy
What?
it.
It was already long enough. Now you want to
Yeah.
add that. You want to add more time it takes to even start fighting. But that's got Winter Wyvern. You can disengage pretty well. Throw out a Winter's Curse and your team can get out of there.
Yeah, look,
pick.
I'm a big fan of the Wyvern. Yeah, it's a little bit more effective versus very right-click based cores. With the ultimate enabling one of Meneer's heroes to die instantly, effectively again with the aid of that hard hitting core. We haven't seen one of those yet in the side of Meneer, but as you said, the disengage here for Clan Bacon makes that an incredibly viable hero. I like it. I think it's better than, say picking up a Magnus mid or whatever the case is, or wasting a big ultimate like that just for disengage doesn't seem very viable. With the Wyvern, yeah, it's pretty good. I like it a lot.
You Winter Wyvern. Having the chat the other day with my flatmate that Wyverns obviously have 2 legs. Well, they're meant to. According to the law, Wyverns have 2 legs and dragons have 4. But
I did not know that.
All the dragons in Skyrim were Wyverns, which is a bit confusing. I mean, Smaug on the Hobbit had 4. This is apparently the difference.
That's true.
And
Wow.
Dragon Knight, if you look at Dragon Knight, he's got... Does he have legs in the... Yeah, he does. He's got 4 legs.
That's crazy. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, just get your geeky facts on.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
this is going to
bad.
help you so much in such a social situation.
Alright, and the bristleback pickup from the side of Meneer.
Strong.
So,
It's strong.
it is strong insofar as that it lanes incredibly well with the Keeper of the Light. Yeah, the reduced CD on spells allows him to get 2 stacks off immediately. Very strong, traditionally laning partnership. And we've seen this bristleback picked up +1 recently, actually. It's pretty strong and allows for even more tanks. So Meneer are very durable here, obviously with the exception of the squishy supports, but those are 2 very tanky cores. And with the current meta, I feel like sustain and tankiness are vital for any lineup.
As long as Clan Bacon get the Spirit Vessel, we've seen that item ignored. I'm gonna bring this back up because
Okay.
it's
No,
like the
do
one
it.
item that it's really good against tough strength offlaners or core position heroes that regen a lot.
Yeah. No,
Spirit
it
Vessel
is.
the counter.
It is such a valuable item. I would recommend even if they aren't necessarily super tanky heroes to pick it up. It's just so good. It's so much damage output so early on. It stops blinks. It allows the carrier to have quite a bit more HP, and then obviously you've got the sustain for your team as well. Especially with an early fighting lineup, that Spirit Vessel's high value. You see
Yeah.
a Viper pick up on
Viper
the side of Clan
immediately
Bacon.
into Bristleback. They don't play games.
I like the pickup here. The break mechanic is very good versus both the Mars and the Bristleback, taking away a bit of that tankiness. Yeah, super strong. I can't,
Will they try to
impress
put
enough how
Viper
good that
against
pick is.
Bristle? Like, is this the lane they're going to try and set up?
I
or
don't
leave
think
it
so.
mid?
I think that should be a mid Viper. I've seen a safe lane Viper before, but I don't think this is the game for that. I think that is going to be almost a definite mid Viper. And with regards to that Spirit Vessel, we'll probably see it picked up on the position 4 Wyvern, I would imagine. Anti-Mage ban on the side of Meneer. I believe that we might
Storm?
be seeing a Storm pickup
Yeah,
here.
last pick Storm.
Yeah,
What do you
or
ban out
even
is Bacon, but Bacon had the first pick, and they probably... Storm's not bad for them, but they'd have to put Viper like bottom, so I don't know if they want to deny pick it. Probably
I'm not sure.
Bloodseeker.
I don't think the Storm is particularly good for the side of Meneer here, to be completely honest. Yeah, it's okay. It'll battle versus a Viper in lane severely, and he'd have to retreat to the bush and get his farm there. I think we may be seeing a Medusa pickup potentially.
10 seconds
Medusa.
remaining.
Things want to go late. That's fair enough. That is
5
their
seconds
fallback hero
remaining.
for Meneer. If things don't work out as they want it to work out, you can always just rely on the Medusa to get fat and
Yep.
out farm all these heroes currently selected.
Yeah, it'll definitely carry the late game. It's about how much that Medusa can get out of the lane versus a Viper. I believe that matchup is won by the Viper, but not as severely as, say, a Storm.
Clam Bacon, Tamashi just gripping with this draft right now. What's the last pick you go? I honestly can't say either. You definitely probably want your safe lane. But what do you put up against Mars?
I think that a Slark would be a very good pick.
Monkey
They go with
King.
the Monkey King. Right,
Same
that's
thing?
fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's a decent pickup there. I like it. My only concern would be with the amount of team fight that Meneer have, that the Monkey King's ultimate might not be as effective as they wanted it to be. But all around, very good laner here. Rounds off the draft nicely. I like
10
it.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, Holocode. They got 14 seconds of
5
reserve
seconds
time after
remaining.
this 3 seconds now of standard time. Don't know what that's called. What would you call it? Like just normal time? Just
Yeah,
time,
no,
really.
just normal.
Just normal. Just
normal
time.
time. Yeah.
Windrunner.
Ranger at your
Choose your
service.
hero.
Okay.
All right, so that's going to be a Wind Ranger mid. It fares pretty well versus the Viper and is able to match it and potentially kill it at level 6. I like the pickup. It's pretty good. It's good versus the Monkey King. It's reasonably strong versus the Wyvern and the Grim, obviously being able to pick them off. And with Windrun, making that Wyvern's ulti a little bit less effective. Very nice pick from the side of Meneer.
We've seen Windrunners decimate before in this tournament. Lots of Vipers, Windrunners, and Liches, I'd say.
Yeah, we've actually seen a fair amount of Liches. That's a pretty good observation.
But nothing. This game they weren't even banned, weren't even picked.
Yeah, and we've seen Monkey Kings picked up and not to great effect, unfortunately, in the games that we have cost. So I hope to see the best from Trickster here. I am going to go with Meneer here on draft alone. I think that Wind Ranger really rounds out the draft nicely and allows that MVP pick almost that is able to win them this game. Any bets from your side, Cappy?
Bets, I'm going to go with Meneer just because I've seen them play. I like their draft a hell of a lot too. Just Mars Willow as an opener. Really, really nasty stuff. Like, I think it's strong. Wyvern, you're only going to have Winter's Curse up every, minute and a half or so, or minute. So you can't disengage that much. And I feel Meneer, as soon as they hit their items, maybe get a pipe up and bristle, they're going to start knocking down towers and really rattling the doors of
Clan Bacon.
Clan Bacon. Thank you.
Yeah. No sweats. I'll be here all evening.
Thank you. Just need that second person to remind me.
Alright, so I think that the Bristleback is effectively going to be running as a distraction in this game. They have the tools to kill him, but he's not the MVP pick here. Clan Bacon are going to have to come up with an answer for that Wind Ranger, and yeah, I don't see any here right now. Maybe a Rod Rush and the Viper might aid them in killing her early.
You still got Rods and GG Boots on Guardian Greaves on Viper?
That's a hard negative for the
Hard
mid.
negative. It's a hard no. It's a negative, Ghost Rider.
Well, that being said, it looks as though Slasher has lined up that build that I just said is not viable. So, there
Okay.
you have it.
Well, Slasher, you gotta be careful here, bruv. Things are outdated. Perhaps it'll pull off, perhaps it won't.
I think it's a good game for it, to be honest. If it's going to work, it will work this game. That Greaves into Rod allows that extra sustain aside from the Wyvern, and it allows the catch against the Wind Ranger and potentially the Coddle and Willow if need be.
3 runes going in favor of Clan Bacon. So a bit of a
Good start.
Yeah, Holocode Viper versus Windrun in the mid lane. And immediately that poison attack just showing why no one likes to play against a Viper.
Yeah. Not the most fun thing you can do with your pants on.
No, definitely not. Bottom lane. Steve Pos1 Bristle. Catbug on the Coddle, who's actually leveled the Blinding Light first. Just try to get some. Maybe that Arctic Bird nullifies a little bit of that. There's a mischance that Coddle applies with that Blinding Light. So it does help quite a bit. We'll see later. I'm keen to see, as we said, we talked about in the draft, Bristleback. Not Bristleback, Brewmaster. Just being a hero we don't see often, but really, really good. Really feels like he has some strong buffs. Doesn't get played enough. Should be picked out. Catbug, gotta be careful. Taking some Drunken Brawler crit damage. Back in the mid lane, level 2 on both heroes. Holocode uses the wind run to dodge one of those poison attacks, so Slasher have to keep applying it. In top lane, Spare and Shasta Phoenix, we've seen this combo, these two lane up together before quite often. With some good results sometimes some bad results. Let's see tonight, maybe it'll be a good result.
Yeah, I have faith.
I have faith, yeah. Shasta Phoenix.
It is a slightly Monkey King Grimstroke favored lane though, so they're gonna have to play their socks off here to get the most out of it. They can. Oh,
Odyssey got brought down. He was taking tower damage too with the Arctic Burn and the Drunken Brawler crit. They kill off Bristleback.
That's huge in this lane, Cappy. That's really unfortunate for Odyssey, but very big for both Tamashi and JSX.
When does this top lane, this Willow and Mars, start getting really, really scary? Level 3, level 4. Trickster, Boundless Strike. He managed to get the... No, he can't Shadow Realm. That actually stops the Jingu Mastery from proccing, and Spare will find the kill. Nice dodge. Patati, he finds the kill with the Stroke of Fate. Gonna put an Ink Swallow on himself now. Shasta Phoenix doesn't want to be stunned up, so just turn around. Away from that, though, he has a very large creep wave gonna push down that top lane for him. He's just jumping with joy, thinking of all that XP and gold he's going to get.
Very well played by Shasta Phoenix and Spare there. That's exactly the start that they want in this lane. It's unfortunate for Trickster that Shadow Realm really duping him there, and as you said, stopping the Jingu Mastery stacks from proccing.
Yeah, and that's what Monkey King needed to survive. Lifesteal. Really, really good. Mars with a double ring of health. Ring of regen. I like that.
Yep. I see no problems there whatsoever. He'll probably be picking up a soul ring into headrest. And obviously those two items stacking, so he is getting that plus 4 HP regen. He's currently sitting on 7 HP regen passively in lane. Very strong. That's almost the regen of a tango. Bottom lane. Oh
Bottom
my
lane.
Goodness.
Gonna be Odyssey falling again. Bristleback not as tanky as as Odyssey thought he was, perhaps. Was he taking tower damage again?
That's a negative.
That's a negative. Top lane looks like the wraparound from Potato. With the Boundless Strike, they find Shasta Phoenix Mars. Nothing left of him, but a corpse and a shield as it sinks into the floor.
Ouchies.
Ouchies. Painful. Odyssey, he's going to keep trying this stick down bottom. Smashy though, he's got the one charges, so it just pops them. I'm not sure, I haven't been watching too closely if Catbug and Tamashi Odyssey can get that combo right with the Chakra Magic and the Cool Spray. Mid lane though, Shahar runs down Slasher. Sorry, Shahar. I think that's from Aladdin. Slasher runs down Holocode. Didn't even need the level 6, didn't even need the Viper Strike. Poison attack. So goddamn strong. Trickster. He's also quite strong.
Yeah, it's at level 3 on Monkey King. This lane now coming to full fruition for the side of Clan Bacon. The Monkey King able to do so much with that second level in Jingu Mastery.
On lane, we keep missing the kills. Tamashi. He is brought down. Brewmaster. Gonna be dead. Odyssey. He's probably stacking up the cool stacks on him.
Yeah, it would seem that way. It's also interesting to note that the Cinder Brew, coupled with the Arctic Burn from Winter Wyvern and the Splinter Blast, is just so much damage and so much magic damage for that Bristle, which he's so susceptible to. And I believe that is why he is, dying quite a bit. Top lane. Oh,
Phoenix, they can't get the Bramble Maze route on Trickster. Might have changed the fight there, so it's quite a long cooldown on Bramble Maze. You have to wait it out. JSX gets him some solo XP. Really good stuff as a pos 4.
oh boy.
Top lane.
They're in a bit of trouble here.
Well, Trickster, he's got a Shadow Realm. There is 3 Jingu Mastery stacks on top of this Dark Willow. The Boundless Strike does manage to find the stun, but it doesn't proc, funnily enough.
Why? That was
Yeah.
unexpected.
How does that work?
I'm not sure what the thinking behind it is, but I have seen that before. Maybe Trickster didn't know.
Yeah, clearly. I would thought that would have been a near definite kill.
Times are hard for you.
Bottom,
JSX forced to teep out.
Yep. Cat bug. Will eat up. Stand the clap.
This is a lot more action than I thought we'd see in this early game, Cappy. This is 7
Yeah, quite
kills in
active
the
lanes.
space of
Very active.
in the space of 6.5 minutes. Very cool.
Odyssey.
The bottom lane, Odyssey,
Yeah, he knows there's 3 cool stacks on this Brewmaster.
he is not scared.
Yeah,
Those 2
Smashy,
deaths
gotta be careful.
have not deterred him whatsoever.
The Slasher finds Bristleback's career in the mid lane. Wait,
Wow.
what?
He sent that courier to their secret shop, and I don't think that he microed it. He kind of just sends it back to him, and it goes across the mid lane, and Slasher picks up that courier kill.
It was the Ring of Health, even.
Yeah.
It was like a lot of HP regen.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, it's a big item.
Top lane,
Usually-
Potato throws himself the Ink Swell Shadow Realm. Gonna try duke it out, Spare, hoping to survive. However, he's got such low HP. Pat-tato will find the kill.
Pat-tato.
That is Pat-tato. Pat-tato, okay.
Radiant's middle tower is
Struggling with that one for a while, JSX. Chakra Magic on him now. Which, remember the old Coral used to have 2 different spells for that? Well, Chakra Magic was not the same as Mana Drain.
Yeah.
And now it's 1 spell.
I like
They
that
added the Will
change,
of the
to be
Wisp,
honest.
that's what they added.
Radiant's
Yeah, he used to
is under attack.
illuminate whatever it was. His day form.
Yeah, that was with the Ags, though, I believe. No, it wasn't. Was it? No, it wasn't. That's my mistake.
So I have to keep dropping my video settings here. Really struggling.
Okay. Sure, it won't be too much of a problem on stream.
FPS is very low.
Have you checked your
Dire's
PC's
middle
heat?
tower is under attack.
The temps? Sorry, guys. Let's just get the stream right for you. I'll keep you entertained in the interim. Top lane Trickster and Potato being very aggressive here, and we see Trickster get his
Let's see if
Jingu
that
Mastery
does
stacks
anything.
up. Chester Phoenix needs to be careful here, and he backs off. Apologies, guys. Holocode going down again in the mid lane.
It's not good. Slasher. We're starting to dominate. So this Guardian Greaves thing, it works if you're ahead. Sort of where
Yeah.
this Viper is sitting right now.
It's interesting. Usually with this item build, you'll see the Nether Toxin and Corrosive Skin maxed, but
Primal
Poison is
Split.
it's
Tamashi throws it out. He's got the Arctic Burn support from JSX. They bring down Catbug.
very nicely done.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
I'm actually looking for a bit more here.
Yeah, well, he's got a few more seconds on that Primal Split. Got to throw out the boulder. What's it? A whole boulder.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Holocode trying to get the phase boots up at least. Got the double null talisman. Sending stuff on a mid wooden runner. JSX. You can get a lot done with Arctic Burn. It's such a
Dire's
strong
middle
spell.
tower is in
It
the
really
wrong
is.
end of business.
And JSX has 2 levels in it. He's completely forgotten the Cold Embrace, realizing how strong that Arctic Burn is against the Bristleback. I like it.
Flasher moving mid, but I think Holocode, his tension's up top here, trying to capture the Dire Outpost before the 10-minute mark, which is really nice. So that you get a split amount of XP. Holocode, he's going for the win run. Maybe wants the courier. Not too sure what he wanted there. He had the shackle shot, but held on to it.
He does have ultimate as well.
Trickster's top. Oh my goodness, that power strike almost knocked down that tree, but now Trickster had to blink forward. He's up in the Arena of Blood. They're going to get a Curse Crown on his head too. Fear of Mars into the wall as Mars's minions just whack away with their shields. And Trickster found doesn't get anything out of that.
Yeah, that's a really nice kill. It does take a rotation of 4 heroes, or at least 4 heroes in the lane to take him down, but it secures the kill, and that's Clan Bacon's position 1 down. J6 rotated to top lane. He's got to be careful here.
Got the Curse Crown on his head. They do get themselves the double Winter's Curse with the help of the Soulbind. Potato finds the Inkswell only onto 1. It's going to be Dark Willow. Spared though, holding on to the Shadow Round. Maybe dodge some of this damage. Just Trickster finds the Binder Strike. Does stun up this Dark Willow, but they can't seem to catch any of them. Might be Trickster though. Spear Mars comes out, buying space some time. Maybe goes for the deny. It's not going to be in time. Trickster with that attack range on the Monkey King. It's so hard to run away from that long-reaching Monkey King bar that he already has. Imagine Jingu Mastery gave you True Strike, like the actual Monkey King bar. Or he has to buy it. Did he lose it or something? Who knows? Who knows? Monkey King does not start with the Monkey King bar.
Seems a little bit silly.
A little bit silly.
Actually, him having True Strike from level 1 would be silly.
That would be very yeah, like if they switch out True
Bottom lane
Strike.
again. That Primal Split killing off the Coddle again.
Be careful though. These Primal
Tamashi
Split-
might be dead here.
Yeah, minions, they really low. The Fire Spirit lives though. The stick charges Tamashi reads a lot. He will take a Shadow Realm shot in the back. Then he walks away. It's just petty stuff. Nothing he
Cheeky.
should concern himself with. It's where Slash's Viper sitting very high up. It's halfway to the Guardian Group's recipe. Hollow Cody with the Shackle Shot. Does he the Viper Strike though? Will have to win run away. Doesn't stop any of the damage. These Viper Strike only lasts like 4 or 5 seconds. Imagine it was like Shadow Demons. Oh, they're still fighting. It's Curse Crown. Spare. Managed to lock up this Brewmaster. However, will fall 4 heroes from Clan Bacon rotating in this jungle. They get the 4-man Will-O-the-Wisp, but there's no follow-up. It's sort of just thrown out to disengage, I suppose. Very costly disengage spell.
Tower is in turmoil.
Very long cooldown.
Yeah.
Was that a disengage? Must have been.
Yeah, that's definitely for the disengage. I feel as though it's worth it at this stage. Meneer being very far behind here. Odyssey getting a little bit aggressive onto J6.
Gotta be careful though. They're just gonna group as 4 Clan Bacon while Monkey King farms. There's the Arena of Blood. Chance of Phoenix wants to skewer up someone. He's standing in the middle of the Nether Toxin though. He's broken. Will not get that passive damage resistance. However, they do down Potato in the back line. Hollow Code, he's gonna be Winter's Cursed Up, which does help to find the kill. Odyssey, he's running right in. Trickster though is TP'd into the bottom lane. They want to bring down this Bristleback. There's a Winter's Embrace, Cold Embrace thrown up by J6 on himself to buy himself some time, and Trickster getting the damage done in that window that he was presented. Chasser Phoenix throws out a spear onto Slasher to buy himself some room to maneuver out of there. He only has a Soul Ring. He's going to find some poison attack, and the more lower your HP is, the more damage poison attack does. Slasher happy to dive under the tower. Looks like Mars might be careful. He might be safe. Trickster, he's got the Jingu stacks in the top line. There's the Blinding Knife from Catbug. They're going to throw the Wukong's Command to kill off this Pos 5 Coddle. I guess it's something. I guess it's just more gold. A gold sink going in favor of Clan Bacon.
Over that long exchange, that's 3 kills for the side of Clan Bacon. Definitely a net win for them, with only the Grimstroke being killed off. Oh boy.
Yeah, no, they really want this Mars. They're going to throw the Primal Split 2 out of a spare. With the Terrorize, it does scare away the Brewmasterlings. The Brewlings? The Brewlings that were not spell immune. Why is Bristleback here? Meneer, they want to keep fighting. I don't know if this is the choice. They don't have many ultimates up. Potato. So almost got his cooldown now. I'm going to take a Bedlam in the back as Tamashi without the Brewlings will have to disengage. Spare really wants this kill. Odyssey going to come and try help find it with the cool stacks and the goo stacks. It's enough to run down this Bristleback. However, Phoenix does fall. Monkey King picking up that kill. Trickster. He's looking fairly farmed with his Viper. Not done though. Finds Odyssey. That's the Echo Saber double proc onto Trickster. He's got the Jingu stacks too. However, it's very difficult to hit Bristleback from behind. He needs Slash's help with the Nether Toxin. Good route from Spare. Locking down these 2 cores on the side of Clan Bacon. Preventing them from running down their Monkey King. He will lose his life. With this top lane, middle lane, it's open to pushing.
Tamashi also getting the kill onto Spare. Spare a little bit out of position there, obviously coming in to try and help Odyssey, and being stopped in his tracks by Tamashi.
Trickster now just going to farm up the jungle, going for the Diff Blade. Really cool on Monkey King. Really good this game.
I think it's fantastic, this game. It's a really good item choice, especially versus heroes like your Bristleback and Mars, who are very mana dependent and with relatively small mana pools. And the same goes for the Wind Ranger, funny enough. Intel hero, but lacking that massive mana pool that she so desperately, desperately needs.
Do you think... sorry, so does Nullifier purge Windrun?
That's a great
Will
question,
it do that
Captain.
now?
It dispels, so I would imagine that it does, yes.
Windrun is a buff, so maybe that's the way to go in Monkey King later on.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see if it works. I actually cannot answer that for you.
There's Trickster and Tamashi. Double trouble, double T, push in the bottom lane. And Primal Split available in 6 seconds, so they should take this tower. The rest of the team are maybe distracting, causing a diversion mid. Just holding Meneer's players here.
Cappy, it does dispel Windrun.
It does dissolve Windrun, so that is the way to go against Windrunner. Just rush Nullifier.
I don't know if it's the way
You
to
heard
go.
it here
but
first, 2.0 backset.
Is now a pile of dust.
So what were you saying?
Don't even worry about
Don't
it.
start, don't start. No, sorry guys, the frame rate's sitting at like 16.
Oh, that's no good.
No, not good at all. I did install a big game on my SSD, but I tried to make some space.
He's not on top of things.
But I don't think shouldn't be the problem.
I would imagine that it's heat, Cappy. That's
Yeah, I've opened up the box here, put the fan on.
Alright.
See if that makes a change. Meneer grouping up behind the tier 2 mid. Perhaps looking for something. Not sure what it could be. Don't think Clan Bacon will give them the chance. Bramble Maze finds Potato.
Mars
Leader of
ulti.
Blood, Mars out Slasher. He's caught in the middle. This Viper very low for the teams. They force to use the Primal Split. There's the whole build. They're coming in from Tamashi. Good. Very good Will of the Wisp in the middle of this fight. Trying to hold down some of these Clan Bacon players. Winter's Curse thrown out by JSX to try and buy some time for his team to make some space and create the time. The tricks that he's so goddamn strong. That's when he needed the Jingu Strex up. They put Inkswell on him too. And Clan Bacon looking very strong after this fight. They want to hunt down Holocode. Looks like they will find him. Shackle shot from Holocode. Last ditch attempt. He will Windrun away. It's going to come off cooldown though. Oh, up the high ground. Do Clan Bacon keep diving? Looks like they might do. Cold Embrace. JSX uses it on himself to buy some time. There's another Shackle shot. Trickster got the Inkswell on too. The buyback from the Sphere to try disengage. It does not save Wyvern. You trying to go for the smoke at the end of it. Clan Bacon, maybe it's a bit of an overextension. They did force the buybacks out. You want to get out of here. Trickster, not too fussed though. Throws out the double man boundless strike. There's the Ghost Phantom's Embrace coming up from Potato. Finds Holocode. This could be a dieback for the winner if he's not too careful. They will settle for Spare. Power shot. Trickster thrown out just to say I'm still alive. Odyssey buys back. Doesn't buy back. He respawns. Goes immediately for the TP forward. However, Clan Bacon just going to TP all three of the heroes away.
Hell of a good exchange there for Clan Bacon. Meneer committed so much, Cappy, just to try and kill Slash at the beginning of that fight. He does eventually die, but it almost feels like Meneer ran out of gas there. Putting so much into killing that super tanky Viper, already tanky, now with tanky items in a Hood of Defiance and Guardian Greaves.
And he lived through the whole thing.
No, he didn't. He eventually died. But by the time he died, Meneer had nothing left, and that's when Clan Bacon picked up those kills.
You're on targets. It's like if Clan Bacon had to go on Bristleback.
Yeah. Although I believe that Clan Bacon have the tools to deal with the Bristleback. It's not too bad of a target here.
Winter's Curse been used really well by this Wyvern. Just to disengage, they find the Octoburn with Shasta Phoenix. He's walked up this high ground without any vision. Finds both of Clan Bacon supports and Slasher. Maybe wants to kill. They throw the spear up, locking down Grimstroke. He will use the Arena of Blood to buy himself some space just to TP out the Winter's Curse, so locks him down before he can make any sort of move. And I think Phoenix will be brought down as a tanky kill. The rest of his team are coming in, but they're a little bit far away. The Nether Toxin going to break that damage resistance. Holocode now, and we'll have to run away. Oh, Catbug! There's a ward watching you too, buddy. Tamashi's hot on your heels. Doesn't have the blink though, just the phase boost Vladimir's offering. So no real catch, and we all know Keep of the Lights, quite a quick hero.
Yeah, very, very fast. This is a bit concerning for the side of Meneer here. Oh, color code.
Yeah, well, bottom lane as well, Trickster. Looks like he might want to go into Bristleback. Gonna immediately go forward. The Echo Saber proc. No, actually just stacks the Jingu Mastery. JSX gets the Obs Ward. This tier 1 Radiance Tower will fall in the top lane. Slasher. Trying to go for the shack shot. There's Will of the Wisp. Very big. Finds 3 on the side of Clan Bacon. They lock down Soulbind, thrown out by Patato. Anonymous immediately. The Phantom Embrace locking down this Windrunner. She can't get any more spells off. Pretty quite big. Slasher finds himself the receivant of a Cold Embrace. Terrorized, thrown out by Spare. By a little bit of time, they do Yules up Odyssey. He's now got Phantom's Embrace on him too. He can't be throwing out this pull stacks while he's silenced. Tricks are sitting up in the tree looking for possibly more kills. Bacon.soul. Clan Bacon Soul killing off Holocode. Odyssey still in the middle of the fight. The Cursed Crown on to Brewmaster now. Wukong Saman. There's the Boundless Strike on the edge of range. Captain, he has found Chester Phoenix. He's got the Arena Blood up again, but Winter's Curse is up at the same time. The cooldowns are basically the same, and it sort of nullifies his entire Mars ultimate, allowing Clan Bacon to just run rampant through the back lines of Meneer. Odyssey, Uxwell, they've got Tamashi on the front lines too, and this Bristleback, he should be tanky. He eats a Viper Strike, will be killed. Clan Bacon showing some smooth plays.
Yeah, very, very well played. It seems as though Clan Bacon have all the answers to Meneer right now. And as you say, that Winter's Curse doing so much work, and all the setup and team fight that Meneer are wanting to execute are effectively nullified.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yep.
Just Winter's Curse, that is the ultimate disengage spell of the game. You've said this before, 2.0.
Yeah. I really like it, Cappy. I like the hero, and specifically for that. I believe it's very underrated.
Into the Roche pit, go Clan Bacon. And it should be a quick Roche. Meneer can't contest at all. This Windrunner Holocode's so underfarmed. It's frightening.
Yeah, it's a scary prospect for the side of Meneer here. Clan Bacon's cores are really and truly far ahead. Maybe with the exception of Odyssey, but as we said, so many answers to him here.
When you take a position 1 Bristleback, what's the aim? To snowball or to farm up, or what's it meant to do?
It's meant to be early fights and tank, Cappy. It's an enabling...
Well, right now we're seeing the pos 1 Bristleback being gone on. Trickster immediately goes to the Primal Spring. Jingu stacks, terrorizes there, but it's not going to do anything. A little bit late. Trickster does manage to find the kill with the Halberd Soul. They bring down Odyssey. Tier 2 tower available for Clan Bacon to demolish. They keep on pushing in this top lane. 23 minutes in, 11k net worth in favor of Clan Bacon.
Top tower is under attack.
Back on that Bristleback point.
Oh, it's an early fighting hero and a very tanky hero, Cappy. It's almost, and it enables the position 2, or effectively the position 1 in the mid roll, and that would be the plan behind it. It doesn't seem to be working too well here.
Will of the Wisp finds Tamashi. He does have the Primal Spell available to him. He's trying to get it off. Curse Crown on his head. They do get the Winter's Curse, locking down this Coddle. Big Arena of Blood from Shadow Phoenix. It finds 4 on the side of Clan Bacon, but they don't have enough follow-up to lock them down. It's actually more of an escape spell as Mars just gets focused. Clan Bacon with the Viper Strike and with the Nether Toxin just doing so much work. Tamashi's Broodling's about to come off cooldown. He just hurls boulders at this Bristleback the whole time, buying the space and time his team needs to now start besieging this tier 3 up on the high ground. Bramble Maze locks up Tamashi. Tricks are going to turn and fight. He needs to get the stacks off. He does find it. Will he be able to regen? He needs the life steal. That is the only way he stays in this fight, and he's going to do it. Catbug brought back. He will be brought down. Coddle out of the fight. He doesn't have Will of the Wisp anyway. And Trickster just so hungry. He's got Diff Blade up again in 7 seconds with the Echo Saber and the Aegis of the Immortal. I don't see how Meneer turn this one around. Obviously, there's stacks again. Trickster. He's going to be shackle shotted up. Wallacode throwing in with the power shot. Managed to find the kill. That's only the Aegis though. Phoenix does not have Arena of Blood. He can maybe try and get the spear. The Duke out attempt from Trickster. Not going to be well done enough. He might have dived a little bit too deep because they do bring him down. Meneer find the kill. Curse Crown now on Slasher's head as everyone of Meneer is diving past the barracks. They should have just focused the objectives. Tanker. Slasher is tanky, but is he that goddamn tanky? Looks like he might just be. One more spear from Shaz Phoenix. The cold embrace though. Shaz SX holding the tide. The Arena Blood is back up again off cooldown. Nethertox and Slasher trying to draw the enemy heroes into fighting in Winter's Curse again. It's buying the space they need. They kind of try and get engaged. Didn't get Holocode caught up then there though. So Windrunner is still pretty free. Slasher got the blade mail up again off cooldown. Gonna try and take this fight. Poison attacks all available. Holocode manages to duke out the Splinter's blast as they put one more ink spell with a cold embrace of the Slasher. They find the kill. Shadow Phoenix brought down. This is a bit of a bad spot for Meneer. Phantom's Embrace chases back. Windrunner Odyssey going up the high ground. They do get the Viper Strike out down. And what's Windrunner down? That's dieback too. Holocode. His racks will just fall. Clan Bacon throwing everything and more up this high ground. And Meneer just not able to cope with it. Soulbind onto two heroes. They've got the Will of the Wisp too. Maybe this is Meneer's time to shine. Slasher just so damn tanky. Just soaks it all up though in the front line. While on the back, Odyssey, I mean, it is his job to try kill off these squishy supports maybe, but he's got no follow-up, no backup damage per se to help him, and the TP from Potato just sort of shows the frustration that Meneer have had this whole game trying to kill off these supports.
Yeah, so difficult when you're so far behind, Cappy. I would just like to point out how it feels as though Slasher is just unkillable. He manages to do so much in that fight, and yeah, unfortunately Meneer not having the answers to him.
Well, Tamashi at least has the blink dagger up.
Yeah, he had it up as that fight started. Very useful. He's got Primal Split up now. I think they might be looking to go again. They are not scared of Meneer at this stage. Even with Trickster overextending there, going past the tier 4s, chasing for kills, they still managed to survive on the rest of the team. The rest of the team, and a few buybacks expended, and many kills for the side of Clan Bacon.
And why should they be afraid? There's nothing to stop this advance.
Yeah,
really is nothing. Perhaps they just wait out for Roche. Play it safe. Let Tamashi get up his BKB. I mean Trickster.
Monkey King does have a Monkey King bar now. Suitable, obviously, because he's carrying one. I mean, that's why you buy a Monkey King bar, right? As a Monkey King, Cappy?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason. It just fits in with the lore. They throw a Viper Strike. Yeah, mid lane. Tamashi speared back at the Inkswallen. They can't find the stun. There is a Will of the Wisp thrown out immediately by Coddle, but it doesn't find any of Clan Bacon's heroes. That's a very big cooldown ult that is not available to the defending team.
Yeah. Primal Split and Winter's Curse still available from the side of Clan Bacon.
They can sort of just let Slasher just sort of besiege this high ground. As he chips away that tower, it's a level 25. Winter's Curse, the 4-star forward. Not even the 4-star forward finds 2. It's going to be Holocode with his Coddle support. Phantom's Embrace does come up. There's a big green blood from Shadow Phoenix. Finds 4 of the heroes. Terrorized 2, making the run to the back line. But Brewmaster managed to get his Primal Split off, so he's not taking as much damage as he could be. Slasher, though, he is brought down. BKB and Odyssey. This is the big reveal. There's not a lot they have against the Bristleback. Just pierce through spell immunities. Tamashi trying to help the rest of his team disengage. Tricks immediately nuked down. That's the God's Rebuke finding the kill. Tamashi, if they chase down by the Shadow Realm, they do have all these spells available to them on the side of Meneer to bring down this very tanky Bristleback Brewmaster, and Bristleback finds the kill on the Brewmaster.
Oh, great passage of play there by the side of Meneer. Initially the Winter Wyvern Glimmer Caping, Arctic Burning, and moving up onto that high ground, catching out the Wind Ranger and Coddle. Fortunately the Coddle survives, and they turn that fight so well in a fantastic arena of blood put down by Shadow Phoenix.
Is this the opening that Meneer needed to come back into this? Top lane.
Absolutely, Cappy.
They found JSX. Spare. He's throwing all the Willow spells he's got. There's no detection, and Odyssey just not quick enough to capitalize on the opportunity.
It's very interesting to note, Cappy, that Winter's Curse used aggressively for the first time, and as opposed to disengaging from the Arena of Blood, and as a result, we see for the first time Meneer winning a team fight convincingly. Winter's Curse used on Shasta Phoenix.
Yeah, they were sneaky, Meneer were. They managed to take that outpost, so they get both outpost XP at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah,
and Phoenix does survive anyway.
Yeah, and that's Winter's Curse down. We might see Meneer looking for an objective here.
Could be. The big guy up, Roshan, will be possibly up in 27 seconds.
Invisibility.
Blinks well. Tamashi blinks forward. Thinking about popping the Primal Split. They want to bring down Spear on the Dark Willow, who does get out before they can get the Balance Strike!
Oh, wow. And the BM with the voice line. No, just no. I love
just
it.
no. Well played, this. I mean, one of was Trickster was thinking they'd kill them. It's hard to see sometimes. I won't lie. When Willow enters Shadow Realm, you sort of like miss a bit of information.
Yeah.
Bacon pushing in bottom.
J6 getting that vision up. They have full vision of Holocode.
Yep. They see
They
him.
know exactly what's coming, but it doesn't look like Meneer are going to be defending this tier 2 bottom.
Just let it fall.
Yep.
Let it fall. And I mean, what can they do? Are they waiting for items? Bristleback. He's got the BKB was a big change in that last fight.
Yeah,
Like his
absolutely.
BKB.
Very, very, very strong. My only concern for Meneer here is that I don't believe they have the ultra late game. Yeah, it's a tough one here. They need to take one or two more really good team fights and then pressure Clan Bacon as hard as they can. Bot lane,
Yeah,
they're
throw out the
pushing a high
Viper
ground.
Strike just to deter this Mars from getting any engagement. He can't blink when there's a damage over time spot on him. Will o' the Wisp, big one. Catbug finds 3. They got the Winter's Curse though in defense with the Soulbind. It's a double Winter's Curse. And Tamashi's Brewlings just going to try hit through some of that spell immunity. Winter's Curse was used, but they didn't find anything. This looks a bit worrying now for Clan Bacon. I'm not sure if they want to continue because Shasta Phoenix, he's got the Arena Blood, he finds a spear, they're going to lock down this Bristleback, who's against the walls. The spear's just smashing into him with the help of the shields. BKB's popped up by Tamashi, and most of Clan Bacon's cause is Bristleback Odyssey. Now throwing out the quill stacks, they do bring down Slasher once again. Spear's also fallen, but it looks like Clan Bacon are receiving the walloping end of the stick. Tricks are forced to use the Wukong's command from the high ground, but all of Meneer's heroes are not standing within that radius. Holocode finally has the spell immunity. Can't find the shackle shot. Tricks are going to use the tree jump to disengage. They have JSX, but these Holocode with the rest of his team are not scared. Tricks are holding up in the high ground. Maybe they're thinking of re-engaging Clan Bacon. This could be bold. There's the Phantom's Embrace. The two-man shackle shot finds both supports. Holocode, he's making the plays. Potato does not have any ultimates. The Trickster will find the kill onto Holocode with that boundless strike, and he has proc the Jingu Mastery too. Catbug the second to full Odyssey now, hoping to get the kill onto JSX. He does find it's going to be Bristleback versus Monkey King man fight. Trickster has the Jingu proc. He's not too sure though. It is dangerous there. I do acknowledge that going into Bristleback like that might not be the best of plays, especially when you got 4 cool stacks on you and spare respawning. You think he could have taken it?
No, I think he played it very well, cutting around the spikes.
Oh
core
boy.
sprays.
Oh boy, Shaz of Phoenix, he's got Arena again. This Mars element is so available and fresh for Meneer Gaming. Tamashi, forced to use the BKB, will kill off this Dark Willow, but the Monkey King has fallen, which is the big thing if you are a Meneer fan. And I'm pretty sure they will run down this Brewmaster 2 Odyssey with the Warpath stacks. It's really strong. Bristleback, we've talked about him. Such a good hero. Scales so well and does so much damage. This
And
game feels
Bristleback
back
now
and forth.
leading the net worth charts, and we are seeing a resurgence here from Meneer. They are eating into this net worth deficit. Very, very nice team fights that are taken. And again, with regards to these team fights, we don't see the Winter's Curse used for a disengage. I think that JSX needs to have a look at that and wait for that Mars ulti, allowing them to disengage and then re-engage. Every time there's a Mars ulti, that Arena of Blood doing so much work, and Clan Bacon really hurting as a result.
Oh yeah, they are hurting. Hurting, and they can't stop it. It was that BKB and Odyssey that just changed everything.
Yeah.
He's got the Assault
Absolutely.
Cuirass on the way to him now, I think. Or he's actually just getting Hyperstone and going to go for the Heart of Tarrasque. That works too.
I like that. The AC maybe not as value here, seeing as Clan Bacon are majority magical damage, bar the Monkey King and the Brewmaster to an extent. So yeah, I like the hearts. Good pickup. Allows him to be that extra bit tanky, and he is allowing for this Wind Ranger to slowly, get back into this game. And we see a Crystallis, BKB, and Maelstrom now on the Wind Ranger. She seems like she is pretty much ready to fight.
Yeah. She's ready to get involved. Participate.
Yeah.
Not that she hasn't been. Monkey King
No, that's true.
going in the BKB up, Tricksters. Really, really needs that. Sort of, Meneer's lineup doesn't really pierce BKB stuff. Roshan's up. Gonna be Clan Bacon, you find him first. There is Radiant Vision. It might have spotted them like walking into the edge of the Roshan pit. Doesn't look like it did though, because Meneer are not responding to this, and that is a cheese Aegis that I'm sure Clan Bacon will be happy to pick up for free. Chester Phoenix just standing up here, farming. He needs the BKB. I mean, maybe they don't take this fight anyway. They were never going to.
I think that was actually a great play by the side of Clan Bacon, picking up that Aegis. That should make a huge difference. And it looks like they're going to try and pressure high ground again. I don't know about that. Maybe suffocating Meneer a little bit more would be more advisable.
Do you think
However,
they just don't push with an Aegis? Like, it's not going to cut it.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Tricky Trickster.
Spear of Mars thrown out immediately. Slash of the Nebutoxin just denying some area. As Trickster starts leading up to the Rex, he does get double shackle shotted though. He has Aegis Immortal and the Cold Embrace. Shadow Phoenix with a big Arena of Blood. They find the Will-O-Wisp down there too. However, most of Clan Bacon's heroes are standing outside of this big AoE mashup. Tamashi managed to get the Primal Split off. Deus Ex throws out the Winter's Curse, buying some time as the Will-O-Wisp finally does fall down. Trickster, he's respawned. The Aegis is popped. He pops the BKB and the Echo Saber to try and get the kills. They do manage to find Odyssey, which is pretty goddamn big. Bristleback's down. Shadow Phoenix will find a Meteor Hammer fall on his head. That's a lot of damage over time. He does have the Glimmer Cape, but it doesn't stop enough damage to keep him alive. As Clan Bacon just start nailing away at this really Rarix.
That's my mistake, Cappy. That Aegis made all of the difference there, and they quite easily take the high ground and finish off those racks that they started earlier.
Clan Bacon.
Holocode in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he's dead. Viper Strike with a boundless strike. 2 strikes. Double strike. Strike back.
Holocode buyback. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Only 3 heroes up on the side of Meneer here.
Yeah, and this tier 4, the final one, is just getting chipped away. Not even chipped, just hacked away into pieces to Mushy in the front line. He's so tanky as a Brewmaster. Really good to see him being picked. Cursed Crown, Slasher, he's going to be the receiver of it. Does just push it off with the Guardian Greaves before Sphere can find anything. He's sitting in a Nether Toxin. I think this Willow is dead. My Meepo commentator screens out Ownage as he dies. And that is Mega Creeps. Clan Bacon, they just keep going. There's nothing that Meneer have to stop this. I don't think they defend Megas really well.
No, they definitely don't.
Especially Primal Split up again in 14 seconds. Shackle Shot doesn't find anything to get the full duration stun onto. Will-O-the-Wisp, there it is. Shadow Phoenix, they get the combo. Meneer looking to maybe have one last fight as this Will-O-the-Wisp draws in all these Clan Bacon players. Odyssey's TP and immediately does find himself the recipient of a Soulbind as they throw out the damage. Tricks now, he's propped up, trying to beat his way against Shadow Phoenix. Leaves Odyssey alone, knowing the Bristleback is the bigger target and the more difficult one to try and kill. Primal Split, it's so difficult bringing down these Brewlings who just make so much happen in the back lines while Trickster wails away at Meneer's lineup, and they lose 2 with no buyback. You can be as tanky as you want, Odyssey, but it's not enough to stop the damage. Terrorize, spare. But he could even die to like straight up Arctic burn. And look at this Brewmaster standing in the front. No fear, nothing. Nether Toxin gonna break your passive bristleback. You don't reduce damage anymore like you used to. This looks like it is Clan Bacon's game 1.
Yep.
Ancient will be nailed away. It's very difficult to kill Odyssey though. I'll give that to him. I mean, he's like, look at that. He's fat. He's big. We get it. He's big, but not as big as the rest of these players. J6. Yeah, they get him. They get him. GG. That is game 1. We'll be back for game 2.
Yeah, very nicely done. Clan Bacon executing their draft incredibly well, and for me, that Wyvern pickup being the MVP for this game.
one. And we're back. More ELSA Season 1 Dota League action. Clan Bacon against Meneer. Clan Bacon taking game 1 in this best of 2. Still the group stages. Tupano's back. It was quite a very back and forth game last time. Very back and forth.
I feel it was pretty much dominated for the most part by Clan Bacon. Meneer putting up a very, very big fight. We should see some respect bans coming out. So we already have Meneer banning out the Winter Wyvern. Very much the MVP pick for the previous game.
Really well
allowing
played.
for that disengage from Meneer's massive team fight. Clan Bacon banning out the Mars. That Mars was even though he was on the back
strong
foot.
pick at the moment.
Yeah. As soon as that Arena of Blood came out, Meneer all of a sudden stood a chance. We see similar bans coming out from both sides in comparison to the previous game. The Witch Doctor Lich, ELSA, and Troll Warlord all being banned out in game 1. And as we spoke about, all very much meta picks, very strong heroes currently.
Yeah, Lich just offers so much.
10 seconds
What a hero.
remaining.
It really does. Such a strong laner. So much burst, allowing a slut, or not slut, pretty decent save for the core in that Frost Shield. And whilst also reducing the damage taken, putting out a little bit and slowing the enemy heroes, making chasing the core very, very difficult. Dazzle ban from Meneer. We saw it last game. We see it again this game. And we spoke about how it's obviously something that they don't enjoy playing against. Lone Druid banned out again from the side of Clan Bacon. Alrighty. Same, but not the same.
Yeah, same, but not the same.
Radiant team pick.
Chicka. Grimstroke the same.
Alright.
Just the other team has it now. Patato. I struck. Such a weird name. Pat. I'm gonna call him Pat.
Paddy.
Just Pat. Pat, my boy.
Paddy Tat.
Patty Tat. Fanny Pack. Patty Tat.
Alrighty. Let's go with that.
I mean, Grimstroke. We already talked about him. You know, he's just a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Ooh.
Clan Bacon do something really flashy here. At the end of the night.
Maybe not flashy, but very high tempo. That Tiny, very, very strong laner. If the lean is being picked up this early, I would imagine that the Tiny's in a core position. His ability to deny last hits from the enemy core is incredibly strong. Moreover, has massive ganking potential, doing or outputting a whole bunch of damage with his Avalanche Toss combo. I like the pick. I like the hero currently. Usually we see him in a position 4, so let's see how they run him here. Meneer already going into reserve time. They obviously...
Yeah, this is quite a tough second pick.
Yeah, they're really thinking about this one.
I think I just throw the puck out. Puck's still in. Take it. That's good. I mean, it's pretty good here. On Lena, on Tiny.
Maybe not so much the Tiny.
Disruptor.
Oh, there's a silence.
Oh boy.
Close enough.
This is, in my opinion, the best position 1 at the moment. We saw it banned out previous game. Now it's instantly picked, or not instantly, second picked up by Meneer. They have shown both their supports here. Both reasonably squishy. Now it would seem that Clan Bacon have a reason to pick up that puck.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
The rusks. It still gets me. I love it.
I like it too.
The Clan Bacon's banner is pretty sick as well. It's got like 2 different... Someone's good at PNG. Someone's good at Photoshop, guys.
Yeah,
Someone's good at Photoshop. Well done.
I like it.
Bristleback
10
out
seconds
to
remaining.
the Meneer banner this time.
Yeah. As we
5
said,
seconds
very strong
remaining.
hero at the moment.
Yeah,
Like
it was
a silent
farmed. I mean,
ban.
it was farmed last game.
Yeah, it was causing quite a bit of problems for the side of Clan Bacon. See a Nagasaran ban from the side of Clan Bacon. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe something that they don't enjoy playing against. Maybe something that counters the core that they would like to pick up.
What does it counter?
Oh, a lot of things.
A lot of things and not a lot of things.
So it's obviously a very late game call. It is good versus things like an anti-mage in that it outpushes and keeps up with farm with regards to that. We might be seeing Clan Bacon picking up a very heavy position 1 here.
10 seconds remaining.
A Rubik pickup from the side of Clan Bacon. So
5
that
seconds
is...
remaining.
Oh, well, Nina can be run position 4 or 2. I'm not sure how they'll do it here, but I think that's going to be a core timing.
It's a possibility I'm dying. Is this a core undying?
Okay.
I haven't seen that in ages.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a minute. Alright, so Undying receiving a pretty decent buff to the damage his zombies output. I don't know about it being run as a position 3 Cappy. Committing so much experience and farm to a hero that falls off so much into the mid and late game. That being said, very much a lane dominator. Okay, axe pickup on the side of Clan Bacon. The zombies procking the culling
But
blade.
why is Undying not taken position 3 anymore? There's a good reason.
Yeah, there is. The one that I just said. Undying doesn't scale.
It doesn't scale.
Yeah, it doesn't scale to mid to late game. Even with that buff, the zombie damage is constant, so that doesn't scale into the late game. The only way that I think the Undying could potentially scale is by growing the Ags build with the decay duration and effectively stacking up the strength and becoming so tanky that he's almost unkillable.
Do you rush Ags then? Or you just you get it later?
Well, we'll have to see. I would imagine that you rush it. I think maybe an intermediate item before it. Yeah, I mean, I'm keen to see how they run it, but I gotta say, not a big fan of the hero as a position 3.
Unless this is gonna be like a mid Grim stroke or something, we're just not, we're not expecting.
Yeah.
And this is a pos 5 Pugna. I'm telling you, this
Not
is how
a
this
chance.
works. This is pos 5 Pugna, pos 4 Disruptor, pos 2 Grim stroke,
Okay.
pos 3 Undying.
Let's go with what Cappy said.
It's going to
You
be
heard it here
a safe
first.
lane core tree and protector. They're going to do the 5 supports against Clan Bacon.
Alright. Well, I gotta say, this is a very, very early lineup for the side of Meneer. With the Pugna, they are now able to push pretty decently. Not scaling too well into the late game. Pugna being a very strong hero now with the changes. His ultimate cooldown is actually just silly. He's able to do so much without that old Ags buff.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I like the hero. I like how it works with their current draft. I still don't feel like it's enough though. Also, I haven't spoken about the Rubik pickup from Clan Bacon. There are so many good spells to steal here.
No, he's got a lot to choose from.
He's gonna have a fun game, that's for sure. Alright, Morphling ban from the side of Meneer.
Morphling?
Interesting.
Why the morph? I think you'd have enough tools to kill a Morphling.
Well, maybe they're worried about the double Tombstone coming out. With the Rubik stealing Tombstone plus a Morphling doing it, that's 2 Tombstones on the side of Clan Bacon. That effectively wins you a fight. They don't have any Tombstone hitters on the side of Meneer, so they don't want it to be reversed here.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Gyro.
Okay. A lot of magic damage output from the side of Meneer, now picking up their position 1 core. That Gyrocopter does reasonably well versus an Axe in lane, having that magic damage. That coupled with what will be coming from the Disruptor or the Grimstroke, both high damage output. Axe not doing too well against that. He thrives against playing against melee cores with physical damage. I like the pickup here. It also adds a little bit of late game potential for the side of Meneer, but I think that they are still going to be aiming for that early game finish.
Cool hero though.
Yeah, I enjoy playing him. Alright, and Clan Bacon having quite a lot of time for this last pick. They can really take their time.
But I mean, what do you have? I don't think
Yes.
Slark's too bad here.
I think the last stealer would be the pick here for me, Cappy. Obviously, having that rage,
Life
which is
Stealer.
the natural magic resist.
A Shadow Fiend. Yeah, it's a safe lane. You know, it's the normal safe lane tiny that we like
Yeah.
to see. The standard mid tiny with the safe lane Shadow Fiend.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't even know.
No, I don't think so. I think they'll be swapping roles. I think that's definitely going to be a mid Shadow Fiend that'll be up against the Pugna.
Well, it's not bad because Tiny can burst a lot of these Meneer heroes like instantly if he gets a blink.
Yeah, he can. Practically all of them, really. If the Undying doesn't have stacks, he'll be dead. Same with the Disruptor, same with the Grimstroke. Pugna obviously going down very quickly. And Gyro not having a big HP pool. He's more armor-based, Cappy, so that magic damage really going to hurt him.
Oh, even great. That's why the SF is in there. Reduce that armor.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter should melt to Trickster in the right circumstances.
This is true.
All the monkeys. I hear all the. Do you hear all the monkeys squealing? Michael Jackson, he's here.
Let's hope we see the Michael Jackson walk from this
Yeah, I'll be
Undying.
down to see it. Good old MJ.
Well, look at that. Rock'em sock'em.
Meneer Odyssey on the Gyrocopter. Haven't seen him play that yet. See the safe lane tiny, like it can work. They really just gonna have to rely on. Are they trying to out team fight Meneer maybe? I don't know if they do.
I don't think they do, Cappy. I think they're going to be relying on pickoffs here. Obviously, the Shadow Fiend and Tiny being exceptionally good at that. They also have some decent supports that are able to roam a little. And we might be seeing a few mid-ganks trying to kill off that Pugna and stop his snowball.
I'm gonna use my FPS is back to normal.
Excellent.
Excellent stuff. I forgot to add the ELSA logo. Oh no.
Ooh. Oh boy.
That's how we lose
What?
our street cred, our sponsors.
And Smushy oversharing a little bit there.
What's he going on about?
He's going to go pee quickly.
Lovely.
Right, it's a position 5 Lena with that Tiny. We saw it first phase pick Cappy. I think this is something that they're comfortable with and that they have run before. It's not usual that you see a position 5 Lena in competitive play, but they obviously have something in mind that they'd like to execute. I do like the Rubik and Axe Lane, that lift into call, very, very strong, and also quite a bit of damage coming out from Fade Bolt.
Lots of nuke. Basically, like lots of. We could see heroes disappearing very quickly.
Yeah.
That's not gonna play it, but it's maybe someone pick up a value veil of Discord.
Wouldn't be a bad play.
Who would get it? Tiny. I wouldn't mind that. Isn't
No.
there like a Helm of the Dominator in, not Helm of the Dominator, sorry. Helm of Iron Will in
No, there
Veil?
isn't anymore.
Oh, right.
I don't think it's good on the Tiny, to be honest. We're probably going to see a Mask of Madness and pretty much purely damage output from this Tiny.
Oh, that is too
Right click damage outputs. And there's the Michael Jackson walk.
Well, look at that.
Oh, does he have it?
Yeah, he's
Didn't
got
get to
it.
see it. Oh, sorry, do it again. Phoenix, do it again.
Come on, Shasta Phoenix. Let's
I've got
see
you
it.
in like the showcase mode. We actually did attempt to play Dota, well not actual Dota game, but like demo from showcase mode with Sniper. It's not
Yeah.
it's not easy. You gotta go in like sense of smell when it comes to last hitting. Top lane, Odyssey. He's throwing out the rocket flares. Immediately, that's a lot of right-click damage, rocket barrage. And Rubik just survives.
Slasher taking a lot of damage in that bottom lane. He is kitted out with regen though, 6 hangers and a solve, forced to use the solve initially.
That's okay, he's happy to do that.
Yeah, no sweat. And he's obviously got that Ironwind branch to amplify one of his tangos as well, getting double heal.
Good stuff, and JSX should be able to help him out there. Mid lane Holocode against Trickster. Shadow Fiend versus Pugna. Is this favored?
I think it's slightly SF favored. I don't think it's a huge difference. Holocode going for the early Nether Ward. He's obviously trying to capitalize on the SF having to use his razors in order to get last hits.
Then do you think you just max like Necromastery and Presence of the Dark Lord in this lane?
No, I think you still go razors.
Presence of the Dark Lord. That is a mouthful. That's like a Presence of the Dark Lord. Six syllable word. Well, phrase for a spell.
Yeah, you're right. So that might actually be the longest spell name in the game.
That is pretty long. Like, what else do they have? Definitely not Call. Axe Call. Berserker's Rage. Whatever. Berserker's Call. And we've seen Spear on the Grimstroke before. We like him playing Grimstroke. It's good stuff to see this.
Yeah, it's quite enjoyable, and he's very aggressive with it. He doesn't mind putting that Inkswell on himself and running at the enemy.
As you say that, he's going to do exactly what you mentioned. JSX, the recipient of that Inkswell Sun. However, got the LSA in return. Chance of Phoenix tries to get the 2-man strength decay still. The Spear, a little bit too exuberant. Too much energy, buddy. Got to bring it down a bit.
Alright, tone that down a bit, fella.
Yeah, with an Undying in your lane, you don't kill things that quickly, especially if it's +3.
It's interesting to see that Chester Phoenix has gone with the second level into Soul Rope. He hasn't even bothered with the Tombstone. I don't know how I feel about that. While Soul Rope is very strong, the Tombstone is almost essential in taking any fight.
Bottom, JSX. Going to be saved by the 2-man avalanche. Slasher throws up.
Also, Cappy, the Soul Rope obviously working a whole bunch better when you have Tombstone. With those little zombies and it taking them into account.
There's the Michael Jackson, I saw it.
Okay, nice.
It's okay, everything's good in the hood. Everything is as it should be. There is balance. Slow lanes, it's going to be the case. Patty boy on the Rubik. Got the brown boots already, I'd like to see that. Oh, bottom, 2-man avalanche. Slasher finds it again. Bubblegum Spear. He's gonna pop like a cracker. This Tombstone focused down by JSX. I guess that's also what the Lina provides. We thought that they didn't have a Tombstone hitter, but they do.
Yeah, no. We said they don't have a Tombstone hitter on the side of Meneer. They definitely have the Lina, who's more than capable of taking that down. And she has a skill points in Fiery Soul.
For it. Toss, LSA with the Avalanche. Chester Phoenix steals one more little bit of strength decay. The Inkswell from Spear maybe buys the space and time that his core needs to survive. JSX, very low, gets the salvo. Slasher trying to find the body blocks. The Stroke of Fate does not find Lina. She survives, just barely. Spear.
Oh, that is too.
Connects on Selena, but she
is
managed
too
to
good.
regen enough from the solve.
Yeah. She has to go back to base though. So, a bit of time that she's not in the lane anymore. Chicks are not doing too badly against this Pugna.
Yeah.
I've been in so many games recently where like mid-SF just runs away with the whole game. It gets out of hand and then there's not much you can do.
Yeah, and he's very strong now. That change in his ultimate has brought him back into the meta in a big way. Having Fear with Requiem of Souls, so much damage, setting up for Shadow Razors. Very, very good.
It's Battle Hunger. So nasty spell to lane against. Especially when Axe is just sitting in the wave, like not letting you get anywhere near, as Odyssey's finding out to the detriment of his health.
Odyssey doing reasonably well here. He's still getting quite a lot out of the lane, more than the Axe even.
Slasher though, too sure how his farm's looking. It's not really his job to. He's just gonna remove someone from the fight every time. Bacon wanna hit their timings and just run away with it. Is that spear like trying to hide? Do creeps block line of sight?
No, they do
Because
not.
it looked like he was trying to hide behind the creeps. Everyone's stunning. There's a curry up for grabs. JSX and Spear really just finding out. Depends who has the quicker spells. I'll say is a little bit less of a cooldown, especially with Slash's Avalanche. Spear, not I like the aggression, but
Yeah, a lot of aggression, but it's nice to see that Slash is willing to leave the lane, leave his farm to go and help his support and get those kills. So not every day you see a carry that's willing to do that.
the Matrix has got the DD. Removes the nether ward that Holocaust placed down. Looks like he might want to dive the tower. Grimstroke trying to go for the TP, and Spare realizes his mid might be in a bit of trouble. It deters Tixter from going up the high ground even more. Or does it? Oh my goodness, the double shadow rays and the one more right click should seal the deal. It does. As soon as Spare turns his back, Trickster goes in. They find Paddy top, but I mean, your mid Pugnet died. Tamashi misses the Berserker's Call range, as now Odyssey turns around the Rocket Barrage, and that's a lot of magical damage. X doesn't like that. He doesn't spin from that. Does have a salve. These guys are playing fancy footwork around Roshan.
Very nice, very nice rotation by J6 there.
Found the LSA, I assume.
Yeah.
And he's pacing. Looking for more. But I don't think Meneer will oblige him. I'm Slasher getting the level 6 straight into grow. Remember it used to supply, does it still do, it used to supply a lot of status resistance.
Regeneration.
And that was scary.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
Trickster
is
just
not safe.
jukes that gank, or if it was meant to be a gank. Almost
No,
kills
he-
Spare.
Spear was just contesting the stack that he'd made.
Trickster and Holocode. Just playing with each other. He finds JSX up top. That Lena not finding the kill she was looking for. Gyro. Good to see the gloves of haste just getting bored all the time.
Yep.
Everyone trades is the way to go, guys. Unless
Yeah.
you're up against, like, I don't know, when you want phase boots. You need movement speed, I guess.
Yep. Phase boots is for armor and move speed. I think it's still good on some heroes, especially in the off lane. I feel like it's pretty valuable. But on your position ones, tread seems to be the way to do it. Being 130 gold cheaper than your phase boots, and providing that extra attack speed for those right-clicking cores.
Tread Soul Ring, can we do that? Is that okay?
Dire's middle tower is
If your
under
phase boot
Uh,
Soul Ring was like a,
Yeah, it's still very good, Cappy. I wouldn't necessarily recommend going treads on, say, Legion Commander, whilst it's not bad. You need that extra movement speed to get on top of the enemy hero, and the armor is pretty handy too.
Dire's
Slasher
middle
farming up
tower
the
is
Echo
under
Saber. It'll take him a bit of time to get there. Tricks and Holocode playing mind games around this high ground vision. But Shadow Fiend a little bit stronger. Top, Patty brought down Odyssey. He's got the multiple fire shots available, and he's using them.
Dire's middle tower is under
The flat cannon. close enough. Two-man call though up on the highest ground. JSX throws on the LSA, but there's Shadow Phoenix gonna pop the flesh go immediately. There is a pause as Shadow Fiend DCs, but he's dead. So would he buy back? I don't think he would. It's not his problem. His team shouldn't be up there.
Yeah, this is true. Very much out of position. I don't think that JSX gets out of this.
Yeah, you don't need to take fights when your SF is dead up on high ground. We have no vision. Did that earlier today. Didn't go well. They give it to Odyssey. He'll eat that up for breakfast. Now she got the phase. He's gonna try to complete the Vanguard.
Yeah, and there we see the phases. Cappy on a hero that needs that extra move speed.
They don't need detection for Slasher. Do they?
You should have.
They're just running. Do they know he's here? Sorry, they like walking right behind him. I think, are they judging it from how Phoenix gets like body blocked? No way. Guys, they like know he's right there. Never mind, they don't.
You die.
Never mind.
Very
they
nice
don't.
play by Slasher.
Yeah, and he just TP's out.
Good stuff. TP's the bottom lane, carries on farming. I liked.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Almost got Echo. Tiny's gonna be scary. He's gonna burst some things. Tamashi though might be burst down. They don't have homing missile on Odyssey. They didn't skill that. They're feeling like they don't need it because they got glimpse. Glimpse into what though? I'm not too sure. Catbug now called up the Berserker's call. The spins from Tamashi bring him quite low. He's got the dunk but not enough mana and the rocket barrage. Doing more than enough. That probably didn't go according to plan.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, they glimpsed him into nothing. Tower gone, Slasher finds it.
Bottom tower lies in ruins.
Immediate smoke from JSX.
Your attempt was.
High ground. Oh boy. Lena. Wrong neighborhood. They drop everything for her. She tries to get the Laguna out onto spare, but he survives. Trickster, he's got the bottle DD. Maybe he could turn and try fight, but Shastafini is going to be the brunt of all these shadow raisers. Though the life drain from Hologird on the low ground. They do break off the distance. It does stop draining. Shastafini moved too far away. Decrepify. One more life drain. The cooldown so goddamn low. Trickster, he's still alive. Phoenix is not done yet. Slasher TP's in. Pushes that Pugna away from the tower. Trickster pops the stick charges. Turns for the shadow raisers. Slasher finds Hologird in the mid lane. And looks like Trickster might pick up the Undying too. Bacon gets himself a double. Bit of an overextension from Meneer.
Yeah, 100%. Cappy, I'm getting a bit of deja vu from game one here. Oh, Clan Bacon's cores, all three of them ahead on net worth in comparison to Meneer's cores. And I think it's safe to say that we see that offlane Undying underperforming.
Yeah, Meneer diving again. They did that first game too.
Yeah.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
post 3
is under
Undying.
attack.
It's not doing much.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Don't try this at home.
Fortify their structures.
Tamashi gets Berserker's call onto Catbug, goes for the dunk, but it's not low enough the threshold. It's not low enough to get the insta kill, but they still find it. And he's approaching that Blink Dagger. Axe, such a cool hero still.
Yeah.
Punch, punch, punch.
Has fallen.
Just soccer punches things.
I really like that set. I think it came
Yeah, it's
from... No, not the previous compendium, the one before that. Yeah, very cool.
Top lane, mid lane. Tamashi TP's in to help out his shadow friend. And farms up the Netherwood while he's at it. He might have overextended a bit, getting a life drain on him. Finds the call onto one, will be Undying. Not exactly the premium target spare. Those are the fans' embrace. Also gets the Inkswell stun onto Tamashi, but LSA stolen. Sorry, not stolen. Laguna Blade stolen by Rubik. Inkswell stolen by Rubik. They pop spare.
almost feels as though even when Meneer have gotten themselves into a good position, that they're still losing these fights.
Yeah, like they're not taking them right, or they're just not strong enough. It's
There's just not enough damage output, Cappy.
not strong enough. Tamashi, I mean, look at that. He just takes up a decay, runs up the high ground. They get Static Storm, so it comes down the Siren Missile. Homing Missile going to be thrown down to Tamashi. He will be life drained up. Soul Rip to claim the kill as Shasso Phoenix gets the golem going. It's a big boy in the middle lane. Trickster throws out the Requiem of Souls. It does fear away a lot of these dire heroes, but he's very low. He will have to try and disengage because Hepbug got alive. He's got the connect field. They have the catch to bring on to Paddy. Slasher still in. Very big, strong, tiny Nether Ward drop, though. It's going to cause a lot of problems for Clan Bacon if they want to keep pushing up into this. JSX has bought back. They will farm up the Nether Ward for their trouble, but it looked like Axe went in a little bit of a little bit too much of no support.
Yeah, it's also the fact that Meneer had time to set up.
Oh goodness! Oh my goodness gracious me! And she has Laguna. JSX almost finds Odyssey farming the creep camp, but they pop the drums. Trickster, he wants to find the kill, find the catch. They get the Dragon Slave, the last Shadow Rays at max range. Bring down this gyrocopter.
Very nicely executed. Cappy, with Meneer's lineup, if they are able to set up with Nether Ward, with the Undying being in the right position, as well as the two supports with the Static Storm and the Grimstroke ulti, I think in that scenario, Meneer are always going to come out on top. So it's about Clan Bacon getting on top of them first, not allowing them to take a fight on their own terms. Oh boy, Spear taken down, burst down by Slasher.
Slasher showing what the point of this tiny is.
Yeah.
Just remove heroes from the fight as we go along. And Tamashi has the Blink Dagger now. It's on the way to him. This could be a good fight for Bacon. Do they have the vision? Holoco puts the Nether Ward up on the ward spot. Out of Bacon's line of sight. They see it now though. As soon as they throw the Battle Hunger, the Nether Ward clips him. So this ability, it drains mana on the enemy team. And whenever any enemy unit casts a spell, it damages them for... Is it a percentage based or...
Yeah, of the cost of their spell.
Of the cost of the spell, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be quite weird. You just see this... I can imagine a lot of people just see this, like, thing sitting there, like, what does that do?
Yeah. So, at level 4, the Pugner's Nether Ward does something like 1.6 or 1.7 times the cost of the spell. So if hypothetically the Shadow Fiend had to cast Requiem of Souls, he'd be doing about 300 damage to himself.
Jeez. That's a decent amount.
That is a decent amount.
Slash has picked up a DD. And look at him like perched up here on the high ground. This tiny set is from also the last compendium.
So yeah, this is from the latest Battle Pass last year. Very cool prestige set.
Yeah, I got that guy too. Haha.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean I
even
play
me.
better though, doesn't it? I thought it would make me play tiny better, but it doesn't.
Not?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's really like apparently to crit properly on Phantom Assassin you have to buy the Arcana.
Oh, okay. That makes sense,
Mm.
because I most certainly haven't been getting it right.
No, they increase
And-
the
and
RNG amount. They
I've
sneak
been-
it in.
I've been pressing R with that hero.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
and how does it not work?
Yeah, I don't know.
We oh, I hope Trickster loads back in.
This conversation is going south.
This is going low. You're not giving us anything to cast. Who's casting?
It's me.
We are.
Yeah.
Us. Does that help? It's me. I'm Mario. It's a me. I'm Mario. It's a you. Hi, Mom. She ain't watching.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
I was on the Terry Crews meme there. I don't know the Terry Crews meme with Mario.
I don't know either.
What? With the Terry Crews going, it's a you. Well, probably, it's you! It's you!
Let's go through the item choices here, Cappy. The gyrocopter going straight for an Ags, which is a bit of an interesting one. Usually we'll see initially a farming item on that hero, something like a Maelstrom, or if it's early fight that they want to go for, something like a Diff Blade. But he is going straight for the Ags. He's obviously planning for the late game, and that would be probably Meneer's strategy here. Get that gyro big and fat, and hope that he can carry against the tiny SF and Axe.
Are they even close to... I don't know. It's possible. It's hard though. I mean, as soon as they can get like their Black King bars up, I think it's a big change. Tamashi finds the call. They pause again, but I don't think it's a saving disruptor. He's... Pat? Soz. is not awake. Sorry, Habit. He spells Habit like Hobbits, but without the O. Kept back down low. Slasher comes in the back line. Will burst through these squishy Meneer heroes. Good call down, actually, with the Tombstone doing a lot. Tamashi trying to nuke it down, but he can't do it by himself. He will lose Rubik in the back line while JSX fires off these hordes of zombies. This is living dead right now. The Walking Dead. One more to say. Rocket Barrage. Slasher comes right back in. Doesn't have enough burst to bring down Spare. Will throw out the tree toss. Not good enough. Trickster gets Fear onto Odyssey, but doesn't find the kill. Odyssey, has he got a salve on him? What's going on, Inkswell? Spare throws out. Slasher going once again forward. It's so much magic damage. This gyrocopter's down.
They end up, well, they get 5 in the end. Oh, another good fight by the side of Clan Bacon.
Yeah, taking these well.
They needed JSX to hit that tombstone though, and it looks like he just didn't get into position.
He was swamped by zombies. He was like,
yeah, just couldn't get close enough.
He was
There were
in
like 5
series.
of them around.
Yeah, no, even more. Dare say one of them was his cousin. How could he fight his cousin? I can imagine though, as a Dota hero, Undying walks in. And you're just like, what is this? What is this creature in front of me? And then zombies just pop out the ground.
It's terrifying. If I had to see that as a Dota hero, I might wee a little bit.
No, just a little bit.
Just a little. Just a trickle.
Tiny has any method of weeing? He's just a rock.
Well,
a rock with a sword.
Rock is porous, Cappy.
Rock is porous. Hi, Mum. Yeah, Spare, your mum's watching.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to say why we know this.
We just know.
Yeah.
Wants to watch your darling boy become an esports player.
What?
Is that not what mothers do?
Sure. Yeah. Wish my mom wanted me to become an esports player.
Yeah, sure. But it didn't rhyme with accounting, so it didn't really like.
Yeah.
Didn't
Never
really
stood a
work.
chance, really.
Never had any hope. Cam Bacon like, oh, they find the call, Holocode. He's in a lot of trouble right now. Yeah, drop down dead. They're gonna pop the tombstone. Everything, Meneer want to maybe bring this fight. They're gonna glimpse back to Mashi. And his
He's in
teammates will
some
leave him
deep
for
trouble
dead,
there.
which is, I guess it's farewell. They force the buyback out on Holocode's Pugna. So
Yeah,
they get
that-
something out of the fight.
Yeah, that ends up being a pretty good exchange, in my opinion. Position 3 for position 2, and the buyback. Maybe a little bit trigger happy there. Holocode on that buyback. They don't get anything in return, and he's going to be short a bit of gold now.
Slash's
Slasher
bold.
going on Shessa Phoenix.
Yeah, he's
He
very
doesn't
bold.
give a crap.
LSA misses. JSX gonna throw some flame bolts up the high ground. But that scary ghost. So zombie. So this Dire team just has like horror movie characters as Grimstroke and Undying.
It's a dieback on Holocode.
Pugner's not too,
You should have known.
you know, Pugner's not too kid friendly either. He's not really PG.
No, he's in fact a demon.
Yeah, he is a demon, a little baby demon.
This
Was that a
is
dieback on Holocode? Sorry.
yeah, that's a dieback on Holocode.
Dyer's bottom tower is
That's
under
pretty big, Cappy. That
Yeah.
Pugner now looking very, very poor.
I don't know what Bacon are going to do. They're looking to push him bottom, but the whole of Meneer are trying to chase down Trickster. To very little success, as you'd imagine. Shadow Fiend being notorious for being really quick, especially when he has a Sanjin Yasha built on him.
And drums.
And drums, yeah. They should be pressing the advantage, because Pugner's back up. They didn't Roche. They took a tower, I guess. Mid lane, Clan Bacon.
is in the wrong end of business.
Stop besieging this tier 2 tower. Catbug in the front throws out the kinetic field. Just buy some space. Spare. Getting some spells going. That's all really Meneer can do, is throw long distance spells and chip away at some damage to Mush. He misses the 2-man call, was going for it. I saw the opening too, buddy. Glimpse him back. I don't know if this will be a full-on fight. Looks like it might be. Soulbind. Rubik walked in to make it actually Lee. Shadow Friend trying to go for the Requiem of Souls. Trickster going to find his support nuke down, and he also gets nuked down too by Holoco with a life drain. Axe out of trouble. Decrepify on him. He's taking so much damage. This Pugner just out of control. Tiny with the burst. Slasher finds the kill onto Pugner, but Axe is brought down low. Shadow Phoenix still quite goddamn tanky with the blink away from Slasher to keep him alive. His team took a bit of a whack there though.
It just felt a little bit out of sorts, that fight
Yeah.
from the side of Clan Bacon. They just weren't in position, and Meneer capitalized on that very, very well. Yeah, well played, guys, and maybe this is your avenue back into this game.
Possibly. Yeah, that felt a little bit like Bacon weren't too sure if they should have done that. Clearly they shouldn't have. Couldn't keep their hands out the cookie jar.
Oh boy.
Slasher, just doing Slasher things. Almost got the Daedalus up on this Tiny. He has it. It's on the way. You've seen a Tiny hit hard. You want to see a Tiny hit harder.
He is large and in charge.
Yeah, going immediately top. Gyrocopter. Oh, the TP's there. They know. They know this Tiny's. It's preying on the weak. What did he steal? Flak cannon, not great on Rubik. Blink 4 from Slasher, trying to go into Drycopter. They wanted to nuke down Odyssey as soon as they can, but there's not enough damage. They get the certain life drain to heal him up. And looks like Bacon will disengage. Possibly. Potentially, they will. Both sides dancing around each other, not taking that fight, not willing to commit the bodies into it. Perhaps they are. Tamashi finding spare. They nuke him down. There's no Soulbind from Grimstroke. For 40 seconds. What will be the call from Bacon? Keep pushing. Roche, objective. What's it going to be? Tier 2 top, I think. Yeah, Tiny should be able to backdoor that. Like, he should just blink in and
get it done.
Saber it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
We're just waiting.
This Tiny really is very, very big right now. And not only that, with the 2.4k HP pool at 24 minutes, he's very, very tanky. Not to mention his 26 armor.
And Odyssey doesn't have much, like, he's got the Aghanims, but besides that, you know, he's not a competitor. He's not a top athlete.
Yeah, I'm still not a big fan of that Aghanims rush. Yeah, and he's going back for the Mask of Madness. I think the Mask of Madness is better to be picked up first. It's a very good farming item, allows Odyssey to move around a little bit faster, attack faster, get those neutral camps. But we see it being picked up after the Aghanims here.
Meneer, they know that Bacon are in the pit. Put the tombstone down. They haven't dropped the Nether Ward. There it is. They know this Decrepify can work on the tombstone. It was a patch from a while ago. It's enough to push Bacon away from Roshan. But who takes it? No one does. If I can't have it, you can't have it, and no one has it. We go back to farming.
I think Meneer will battle to take down that Roshan by themselves. But it's not just that. Clan Bacon can just reset once the Tombstone and Nether Ward are down. Those being the biggest hindrances in that exchange.
Tamashi surging
Basic's in a
ahead.
bit of trouble.
Tamashi really wants the call. He's got the airtime. He's paid for the contract. He wants it.
They don't have the tiny though. They need to be careful here.
Slash is just pushing in bottom. He's got a hyperstone. We saw this last game as well on who bought it? The value hyperstone. The value 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
Cool. Tamashi doesn't find no one. No one wanted to pick up.
That was on the bristleback, Cappy.
That was on the bristleback.
Was it?
Yes, it was. You were right. I thought he was going AC. I think he started it and then just
Decided to go hearts instead. Yeah.
Well, Odyssey now has a Mask of Madness, a mom. If you hear us ever go mom, he has a mom. We all hope everyone has a mom. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah. Cappy, I don't know.
Everyone
as I
has a
said, what?
No, I was.
Well, I would hope everyone has a
No, I was
bomb,
just
as
saying.
you
That's what I'm
said.
saying. I hope
Yeah.
everyone has a bomb. I wasn't trying to make anything
I
weird.
don't want to contribute to that conversation.
Sean is a mother. Color code. In a very bad spot. You should not be standing in front of your cause if you want to survive as a Pugna. BKB is popped by Trickster. They want to bring down this Pugna. That's a 4-man strength steal from Shasta Phoenix, but who's going to help him out? Catbug throws to the kinetic field. They're going to have to fight this Meneer. Oh, there's no buyback of Pugna. Trickster in the middle there. He's got the Aegis of the Immortal. Happy to lose his life to bring down Gyrocopter Slasher now. Seeing the opening, blinks in with the nuke damage. Tamashi finds the call onto Grimstroke. And Phoenix, you can have all the solar strength you want, but you're not going to stop this push.
Radiant's top tower
That's a
is
huge
under
fight
attack.
from the side of Clan Bacon. Not only that, it propels them into a 22k net worth lead, Cappy. This is pretty big. And
Yeah.
they're able to take towers so easily with this tiny. Oh boy,
Oh
Shasta
my
Phoenix
goodness.
in a bit of trouble here.
Bit of
One-
trouble.
1k crits from Slasher.
That's casual.
Yeah.
He's got the Paladin sword too, so this guy should... If he starts hitting heroes like... he won't die. He'll just keep stealing, life stealing.
Yeah.
No more middle barracks.
What an item. Paladin sword.
Radiant's top tower was
Holocode, what are you going to do? This is... We haven't cast a Clan Bacon game. I wish we'd cast more.
Yeah.
Really
Very
put on a
exciting
show.
stuff.
It's quite cool, like, we don't know many of these teams, so every week it's sort of...
It's a surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise. We never know what we're going to get. But this is definitely a Clan Bacon show.
Yeah.
Meneer,
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Tiny with 70,000 net worth. Like, Tamashi will just soak up that life drain. You don't give a damn. Soulbind. Gonna throw it out. Catch Axe and Trickster. Glimpse back Tamashi into the middle of all these dire heroes who really want to kill him, but it doesn't look like they can. The life drain stolen by Patati, keeping his Tamashi alive for a little bit longer. Don't find Catbug. There's still one racks up. It's not like game over yet, but Bacon, yeah, I don't know, being a little bit silly.
I'm done.
Should have just
Speaking
taken
of
the
silly,
racks and...
Spare doing circles there for funsies.
Oh, cool. That's good. Just running in circles.
No, he was using his stroke of fate, which makes the hero turn around, and if you cancel animation, he spins in a circle.
I think he's played this hero too much.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yep. Good
But,
stuff, man.
Stolen life drain from Rubik. That was cool.
Yeah,
Keeping
was
his
cool.
ex alive for a little bit.
Almost an MVP play. Unfortunately, they both end up dying.
And Slash has finished the Moon Shard, and he's going straight for the Aghanim Scepter.
Okay.
Tree toss. And this gyrocopter's still sitting where he was. Like, it felt like he was sitting at the same items 5 minutes ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I really think that his itemization has let him down a little bit here. Maybe being a bit overconfident, rushing that Aghanims. And that being said, Cappy, it seems to be a trend for Meneer in both these games where they've just been overconfident, overextending quite frequently. Oh, goodness.
Spare.
And spare down
He
again.
disappears.